everyone, my name is Allegra Miller and I'm here tonight to share with you the astrology for January 12th, 2021 evening and the essential oils that will be helpful in alchemizing these energies. Before I get started making specific essential oil references, I do want to emphasize that I'm extremely partial to and passionate about the brand doTERRA. So any oil references that I make here, I'm strictly referring you to the brand doTERRA. There's a tremendous difference in terms of chemistry, quality, caliber, and overall therapeutic properties for the purposes that I'm referencing in this video, and that's really important to know. I've been teaching about and selling doTERRA for over 7 years, and that started after a lifetime of using high-grade essential oils that I had to compare this to, and this was a life changer, game changer. So anyway, I do need to say that, and if I can be of any service to you in terms of helping you pick what oils are right for you and your family and how to order oils, I would love to help you in that journey. So reach out. My information is in the contents below the title to this video. So now let's talk about this new moon. In preparing for this video, I really felt the Capricorn energy intense. In fact, I'm going to keep all my astrology to a minimum relative to what I prepared for this video because I'm just, it's getting late and I just want you to really get the gist and get the tools that will be most appropriate for this evening. So this sun is in Capricorn, the moon is in Capricorn. In true Capricorn style, it's happening right at midnight on the dot Eastern Standard Time. So we're a few hours away from that at this point. And this is a very intense energy. I think tomorrow I'll speak more about the specifics because I'm just noticing that it just feels better to wait and to put more emphasis on the oils. But I will say a bit about the energy in that every single planet in this chart is square to another planet, including Neptune being square to the nodal axis. So overall, this energy is about friction and power struggles and questioning authority, questioning autonomy. If you listen to my video about the conjunction on the 21st, I talked a lot there about how that was the end of a 200-year Earth-based cycle and the beginning of a 200-year air-based cycle. And in this new moon, we have a lot in both Earth energy and Aquarian energy. And because the nitty-gritty doesn't seem to be flowing tonight for me and the amount of takes that I've done for this video, I'm not even going to go there at this point. I'm just going to talk about just the total energy. What this has to do with is Capricorn is Earth. We just left a 200-year Earth cycle. And now we're going into this air energy. Air energy is overall has much higher velocity, so it goes quicker, and it's an up in the airness. It's not the grounded, stable Earth energy that we've had for the last 200 years. So now, what are we feeling? We're feeling instability. What are we seeing? Instability. And it's just important to reference that, I think, in terms of this new moon being so important in being at the beginning of this new air cycle of 200 years. And so, again, without going into so much of the nitty-gritty, this is an opportunity to come toe-to-toe with really what we've learned in the last year. This, let me get there for a second. This new moon is 23 degrees 13 minutes Capricorn, which is less than a half degree away from the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that we had last January, which, if we look back, that was the beginning of this tremendous year of upheaval and change. So this is all about this same energy kind of cycling back and being in Capricorn has everything to do with wanting to learn from life, grow from life, master life. And so we're kind of coming back to the energy that we started from to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Like, what did we do with this test? Who did we become? Who are we becoming? And now what are we doing as this energy is kind of here and this intense friction is here? So overall, this energy is about power struggles and planting seeds of intention that have to do with what works, letting go of what doesn't work, and birthing into being what works. So my essential oil recommendations specific to all of this, I would start with using cardamom and breathe on the regular in terms of keeping rage and frustration at a minimum. They're very helpful in just not letting emotions go to our head so that we don't end up saying, even thinking things that aren't what we're committed to. Cardamom in particular helps us see everything in a sane context that's less about, that's more okay with what is versus making someone or something into the enemy. It helps us feel more in control of ourselves and our emotions. Breathe has cardamom in it. It helps us feel safe and supported. It helps us grieve what we're letting go and heal. It helps us trust when we feel wounded and when we feel unsafe. So those two would be good for just attending to the energy of just the friction energy that I'm talking about. Ginger would be another oil that's really good for solar plexus activation, empowering us to be operating from our truth, be speaking, thinking, listening from our truth. That's ginger. Because this energy is a lot about breaking away from the old paradigm, I would suggest in this new moon, and in any new moon really, but especially this new moon, using oils that are going to help clear lower frequencies, old ways of being that no longer are in service to your potential and the potential as a whole in terms of self-actualization. Some of those oils include oregano, which is super good for some of the arrogance that might be popping up with these energies, self-righteous energies, us versus me versus them kind of energy. It is good for people that think that their point of view is the only way, my way or the highway kind of energy. It helps cut unhealthy attachments to people, places, things, thought forms. Anyway, this is great to put on the bottoms of the feet. Do make sure you wash your hands. It's a hot oil. Lemongrass is another one that's very helpful in clearing energies. On Guard would be another one. Thyme is another one that's very good at burping out lower energies that are no longer in your service. Frankincense helps us cut negativity out, also see through the lens of clarity and wisdom. So frankincense is always a good one, really for anything, but especially for this energy. Adaptive would be another oil I would recommend because we're going into this Aquarian energy, which is a lot about what's unknown and new relative to a whole new 200-year cycle. Adaptive would be a very good one for shifting into this new stream of energy. And then the oils specifically, because this energy, new moon, is about letting go of the old and then birthing into being the new. So the oils specifically that I would recommend, one I haven't talked about in any of my videos yet, is one that I don't think to use so much, but as I was thinking about what has Litsea in it, Litsea is an extremely helpful oil in powerful manifesting and magical, sort of instant manifesting. And Litsea is not an oil that you can just buy from doTERRA. It's an oil that came as a promo for regular customers of doTERRA. But so I was trying to find what products is Litsea in that I can steer people toward that might not otherwise have it. Stronger is one of them, and Stronger, as I looked at the ingredients, is really a phenomenal blend in that it has cedarwood, Litsea, frankincense, and rose, which both rose and frankincense are super high frequency oils that are all about truth and operating from our divinity. Cedarwood helps us feel very connected to the whole and to the field at large, rather than just an isolated individual speck of consciousness, being connected with totality. And then Litsea has that helper in terms of manifesting. Green mandarin is another oil that helps us dream from an unencumbered place that is not burdened by fears and traumas of our past and goals, hopes, dreams, and wishes maybe that didn't go well. Green mandarin helps us cut that off and just co-create from an unencumbered place of innocence and joy. Citrus bliss is another oil for that is helpful at giving us a childlike, higher frequency, high vibing, abundance consciousness vibing energy. As we said, if tonight is the night that you're writing out your intentions, or at least getting clear for tomorrow's actual date, if you're in the East Coast time zone, that is, Citrus bliss just helps with being creative and uptone, so to speak, with what you're dreaming into being. And anyway, I think that's all that is going to cover these eve of the new moon energies. And anyway, I hope you found this valuable. I hope you enjoy these energies, and I will speak more about them tomorrow. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.